Hi friends, today video lesson 3 we are discussing about financial accounting, very important part, that is generalizing. In this we are discussing today the types of accounts, the golden rules of debit and credits, and the process of generalizing. Actually, students who completed the BCom, even MCom, even MBA also sometimes unable to write correct journal entries. They are having some confusion. So in these third, fourth, and fifth video lessons, I am going to clarify all the doubts. And after 3, 4, 5 video lessons, we are going to know this is the one of the best way of learning journal entries. You might have having doubts, but all the doubts will vanish if you hear my video lesson 3. That is, this is first one, third, fourth, fifth, and even have feedback from my past students regarding even after they completing CA also, they came to me and they used to say that Shamsad, because of you only we passed CA. Then I told them, how can you say that I never taught you CA, only BCom I taught. But they said it, sir, in the BCom first year, you told us the process of generalizing, the types of accounts and rules of accounts. The same journal entries are very confusing most of my colleagues and peers. But because of Sham sir only, they are very good at journal entries. That's why I am assuring every one of you who is watching this video, if you follow my video lesson 3, 4, and 5 continuously, 100% you are sure of very good at journal entries. That is my assurance. So let us start screen sharing. So today in this video lesson, we are going to learn about types of accounts, golden rules of accounts, journal meaning and format, and you are going to know what is the easy way of writing journal entries. So this is the learning outcome of this video, and at the same time I am giving the types of accounts, golden rules of accounts, journal meaning and format, and easy of writing journal entries. Let us start. Before generalizing writing journal entries, first you have to know what are the different types of accounts. What are the golden rules of debit credit regarding these types of accounts? If you are familiar with different types of accounts and their golden rules, if you remember these two parts, no doubt 50% of writing journal entries, journalizing is very easy. Another 50%, no doubt, I am going to give you some techniques, shortcuts, and very good overview or idea about journal entries. By that you are 100% sure wherever you are, no doubt you are going to give very exact journal entries. First, let us start. What are the types of accounts? Everybody knows there are two types of accounts: personal accounts and impersonal accounts. Impersonal accounts are further divided into real accounts and nominal accounts. That's why people sometimes confuse there are 2 accounts or 3 accounts. Actually speaking, there are two accounts, personal accounts and impersonal accounts. Impersonal accounts are further divided into real accounts and nominal accounts. So when you see like this, there are three accounts: personal accounts, real accounts, and nominal accounts. Personal accounts are further divided into three categories: natural persons, artificial persons, representative persons accounts. Who are natural persons? Natural persons means Ramara account, Ranga account. You and me all are created by God. We are all natural persons. Whatever the transactions we are doing with a company, we become no doubt personal accounts. So natural persons accounts. Examples are Rama account, Ranga account, Sita account, Gita account, like that. Artificial persons. The persons which were created by natural persons are called artificial persons. So natural persons means God created, you and me. Artificial persons means what we created. So for example, we are going to create sometimes, we are going to start a business, a company, a partnership firm, a cooperative society. All these are coming under artificial persons. So artificial persons means a company, a bank, a society, a business concern, a startup. All these are all examples of artificial persons. Example is the Reliance company account, bank account, SBI account, like that, artificial persons. Representative persons accounts. This is another category where particularly with reference to nominal accounts, when there is any due or any receipt, that becomes a representative personal accounts. For example, salary of an employee was not paid, that becomes salary outstanding account. So the salary belongs to a person. That's why that salary outstanding is called representative personal accounts. For example, we had to receive 1,000 rupees interest from Ramu, not yet paid. When it is paid, it will become income, but he has not yet paid. So interest to be received from Ramu will become representative personal accounts. So once again, I will give natural persons means Rama account, Ranga account, Sita account, Gita account, Lakshmi account, you and me account, Sham account, like that. Artificial persons means bank account, SBI account, Andhra Bank account, Reliance Company account, Tara College account, Usmania University account, like that. All the firms coming under artificial persons account. Representative persons means salaries outstanding account, income receivable account, like that. So in the natural persons, you have to know another very important capital account and drawings account, also natural persons account. While discussing the concepts of accounting, I categorically told about business entity concept. By that concept, owner is separate and distinct from the business. That's why owner has two accounts in the business. One is capital account, whatever the amount invested by the owner in the business is called capital account. Now, whatever he has taken from the business, that is called drawings account. That's why natural persons account, you have to remember, capital account is also personal account, drawings account also personal account, Rama account also personal account, the Gita account also personal account. So people may not remember sometimes. So capital account, drawings accounts are personal accounts. Then come to artificial persons accounts. Artificial persons means firms, companies, businesses, banks. Representative persons means salaries outstanding accounts, income receivable account, insurance, prepaid account, income received in advance account. These four are the representative persons accounts. Then come to impersonal accounts, real account and nominal account. Real account. What a real account is with reference to assets accounts. Different types of assets are part and parcel of business. There are tangible real accounts, intangible real accounts. Tangible means which can be seen, which can be touched, are called tangible real accounts. For example, land account, buildings account, furniture account, or cash account. They're called tangible real account. Intangible real accounts. Intangible assets means the assets which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, but which are having value are called intangible accounts. For example, goodwill account, patents account, copyrights account, intellectual properties account, all these are called intangible accounts. Actually, here not mentioned nominal accounts. When you come nominal accounts, the accounts of business with reference to expenses and incomes. Accounts of business with reference to expense and business is called nominal persons. Nominal persons. So here you have to see nominal account is of two types. Nominal account is of two types. So the business is having some expenses and incomes. So the accounts of expenses and incomes coming under nominal accounts. So nominal accounts is also two types: expenses accounts, incomes account. What are the usual expenses in any business? Sorry. Salary account, rent account, interest paid account, discount allowed account, depreciation account. All these are called expenses accounts. Then in nominal accounts, you have another, that is incomes account. What are the incomes account? Sales account, interest received accounts, income received account, discount received account. These are all called nominal accounts. That is incomes. So nominal accounts. So personal accounts already accounts related to persons or firm or personal account. For example, accounts of customers, suppliers, owners, lenders, others. So for example, creditors account, debtors account, also personal accounts. So when you say customers account, debtors account, suppliers account, creditors account. So suppliers, they are also called I will take pen. It's not good. Laser pen is best. So suppliers account means creditors account, customer accounts means debtors account, owner account means capital account. Owner has two accounts, capital accounts and drawings account. These are all personal accounts. Lenders accounts, that means also creditors account. Now, real accounts, accounts of fixed assets, current assets like cash, premises, plant, machinery, land and buildings coming under real accounts. Accounts with reference to nominal accounts are accounts related to expenses and incomes. Incomes like sales, interest received, expenses like purchases, discount, repair, salaries, all these are. So if you want to write transactions, you have to identify the accounts. Every transaction, already you know very well in the dual aspect concept, I told you every debit has got equal opposite corresponding credit. Every transaction has two accounts. One is one account is debit, another account is. That's why you have to identify what are the two accounts, whether the two account, one personal account or one impersonal account, or one real account, one nominal account, or one nominal account, one personal account. Like that, you have to identify what are the two accounts. To identify the accounts, you have to know every transaction is going to have these two accounts only. Every time, if a transaction, if you want to write a journal entry, if you want to write accounts, every transaction has got two accounts. One account may be personal, another may be nominal. One account may be real, another may be nominal. One may be nominal. So you have to know there are two accounts. The two accounts are coming from this only. The two accounts are coming from this this only. That you have to remember very well. So who are first time, if you are learning journal entries, if you want to learn journal entries, you have to identify if a transaction is given, you have to see two accounts in that one. What are the, you have to identify the two accounts from every transaction. One is personal account, another is real account or real account. Whatever you have to identify. That's why once again I will the transactions of a business have to be done only by persons. The transactions are done through persons, through assets, through expenses and incomes. How transactions are going to happen in a business? By persons who are in touch with business, or by assets, or by incomes and expenses. That's why it is very important to identify what are the two accounts in every transaction. That everybody should remember. This is fundamental point to identify the two accounts. If you identify the two accounts, then the second important thing is application of golden rules of accounts. Golden rules of accounts. So, you know very well, we have three accounts: personal account, real account, non-real account. Every account has got debit and credit rules. Debit and credit rules. So, personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account, debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and profits. These are the golden rules of accounts. How gold is very, very important to a person, you know. A person who is having gold means you think that he is rich. In accountancy, the students have become, if you want to become rich, you have to know the application of golden rules. Then you are very rich in very rich in accountancy, very rich in commerce. Until and unless if you are enriched by these golden rules of accounts, you never enjoy BCom course or MCom course or MBA course. That's why if a person is there in a transaction, you have to see whether that person is a receiver or a giver. That is the first point you have to remember. If you identify a person in a transaction, you have to see whether that person is a receiver or giver. If in a transaction, if a person is receiver, he has to be debited. If he is a giver, he has to be credited. Only one will be there. Two persons will not be there. Only debit or credit. So, if you identify a person in a transaction, you have to see whether the person is receiver or creditor or giver. Receiver or giver. With reference to business only, you have to see. You have to see with reference to, for example, everybody should think of, we are accountants of a business. For example, cash paid to Ravi. Cash paid to Ravi. Ravi is person. So if you have to see whether Ravi is a receiver or giver. Here too, personal point of view, business point of view. How do you see personal point of view? You see, or so cash paid to Ravi. How do you understand this transaction? What is your view of this transaction? Personal view or business view? In business view means cash paid to Ravi. That means business paid cash to Ravi. That is very, very important. So the transactions are given without business. So cash paid to Ravi means business paid cash to Ravi. Business paid cash to Ravi. Then if you see business point of view, cash paid to Ravi is the transaction. Cash paid to Ravi is the transaction. Ravi receiver or giver? Cash paid to Ravi means business paid cash to Ravi. So Ravi is a receiver. Ravi is a debitor. Ravi is debitor. That's very, very important. But usually cash paid to Ravi means we think that Ravi paid cash like that. So we don't think like that. I have to think like in a business point of view. In case of real account, debit the asset which is coming in, credit the asset which is going out. So in case of real account, you have to see whether the real account, that is cash or land, or when it is coming in, that asset is debited. When it is going out, how it is coming in, how it is going out. For example, you see, for example, bought TV 10,000. Bought TV 10,000. Who bought? We bought. Business means we. Why to think we are accountant of business? Business means we. We bought TV. We bought TV. We bought TV. So when we bought TV, so TV is coming in. TV is coming in. TV is debited. But what is going out? When we bought TV, what we pay? We pay cash. So cash is going out. So debit what is coming in, credit what is going out. Now if you understand real account, then 50% of transactions will be of cash transactions. Once you understand real account, it's very easy account to understand. Real account means debit what comes in, credit what goes. For example, TV bought 20,000. Who bought TV? We bought TV. We means business. We are accountants of business. We bought TV. We bought TV. TV is coming in. That's why TV account is debited. Cash is going out. Cash account is credited. This is writing of journal entries. When you come to nominal account, you have to see debit all the expenses and losses, credit all the incomes and gains, incomes and profits. So how do you know? For example, salaries paid. Who paid salaries? Business paid salaries. When business paid salaries, obviously salary is expenditure. Business, we, the interchangeable words. So business point of view means our point of view, I have to think, not personal point of view. We means business point of view, to think, debit all the expenses and credit all the incomes. So salaries paid. For example, goods sold. Who sold goods? Business sold goods. That means so sales is credit. Sales is credit. So you have to understand the golden rules of accounts by business point of view. So business means we are accountants of business. That's why we have to think that we are the business. When every transaction subject is taken as we or business. Every transaction subject is taken as we or business, no doubt. It's very easy to understand the journal entries. Very easy. Journal entries very easy. Then you are going to see. Now we start journalizing or journal. So what is journal? Is a book in which transactions are recorded in the order in which they occur. That is called chronological order. Every transaction is recorded in the journal as and when they occur on the chronological order. Means that the date and time in which it is occurred will be recorded in the journal. Journal is called the book of first entry, the book of prime entry, the book of original entry. So every transaction first recorded in the business books, that is called journal. Journal has 5 columns. One is date. One is date column. Second one is particulars column. Third one ledger folio column. Usually here ledger folio means ledger is the book of second entry. So when these journal entries are posted to ledger, that ledger page number, folio means page number, ledger for page number is to be written there. Then debit amount, credit amount, debit equal to credit, very well. Just I will stop for 1 minute. Okay, we are discussing about how to apply the debit and credit rules of accounts. I will share once again. So journal. So journal is got 5 columns in your This is the journal format. This is journal format. Date, the date at which it happened, the particulars here. This first line is called debiting an account. This is called, the first line is called cash account DR 10,000 in debit means you are debiting an account. So after leaving some gap here, is very important to make it a tradition. It's very important because it looks nice. to Lakshmi account. Writing to Lakshmi account means Lakshmi account is created. So the learners, you have to understand what is debiting an account, what is creating an account means. If you write in the first line of journal, that is called journal entry. The first line of journal entry is called debiting an account. The second line of journal entry is called creating an account. That you have to remember. So your cash account is debited, so amount is debited. Lakshmi account is created. If you write to Lakshmi and amount is in credit, then it's called Lakshmi account is created. If you see here, Ravi account is debited, so debit amount is here 90,000 is debited. Cash account is created. This is called debiting an account and creating an account. So journal is called the book of first entry. So next, one second, I will stop here. Stop share. 1 second, I will go for share. Then I will go for next slide. What happens? I don't know what happening. Problem. So next, easy way of writing journal entries. First, you have to every transaction is recorded in business point of view, not in our personal point of view. So we have to think as a whole. We are part and parcel of business. We are part and parcel of business. We should not think as personal view. So business view or business means. Every transaction is understood by business point of view, or business means we are accountant of business means we, not I. I is very selfish. We is no doubt spiritual. We is very important. We have to think we, we means, Telugu memu. I means nenu. So we have to replace every transaction will be replaced with business point of view or we point of view. We means strength. I means weakness. So personal point of view means weakness. Business point of view, we point of view means. So very, very important. If you are wrong in journal entries means you are wrong in journal entries means your understanding, your view of treating a transaction is whether it is a business point of view or personal point of view. If you treat it as a business point of view, that is called we, W-E-V, then it is very easy to understand the right journal entries. If it is personal point of view, you cannot. For example, salary 10,000 means, for example, 10,000 means you think that salary is income, but in business point of view, salary is expenditure. That's why we have to see business point of view. And then identify two accounts in the transactions. Already we have, there are two types of accounts. We identify personal accounts, impersonal accounts. Impersonal accounts are another two, that is now real account, nominal account. In the three accounts, every transaction you got two accounts. You have to identify the two accounts. Then apply the golden rules of debit and credit. Then it's very easy for you to write journal entries. So for example, I have given some examples so that you can understand the journal entries first. Write journal entries for the following transactions of XYZ Limited. On 1/1/2020, cash received from Lakshmi 10,000. On 2/1/2020, cash paid to Ravi 90,000. On 3/1/2020, cash deposited in SBI 1,000. On 4/1/2020, cash withdrawn from bank 500. These are the four transactions. Because only I am explaining how to write journal entries. I have taken only four. That's why you see. So these are the four. Journal entries. This is the question. Usually given. This is the question. You have to write. The answer is writing journal entries. So first, directly don't start. Directly don't start journal entries. First, this is important. This is important. Understanding the question. Understanding the question. Identifying the two accounts, very, very important. So cash received from Lakshmi, 10,000. Identify two accounts. Usually everybody say that cash one account, Lakshmi one account. Usually because the two are seen, cash received from Lakshmi. Some people will say received. That is not correct. Cash account and Lakshmi account. You can say that cash one account is cash account, another account is Lakshmi account. Identify the two accounts, cash account, Lakshmi account. This is the first part, identification of accounts. So cash account, which account? You go and see types of account. Cash account is a real account. Lakshmi account is personal account. That's why. Cash paid to Ravi. Cash paid to Ravi. Once again, you see what are the two accounts here? Everybody will say that cash paid or cash. Cash account is one account, Ravi account another account. So cash account, which account? As it is asset, you know very well, cash account is a real account. Ravi is a person. Ravi account is personal account. Cash deposit in SBI. Cash deposit in SBI. Here also everybody should know. So there are two accounts. One is cash account. Another is SBI account. Cash account, SBI account. Is usually you can understand. Cash account means asset account. That is a real account. SBI account means firm account, business account. That's why this is called artificial person. Every business is called artificial person. Every bank is called artificial person. Every company is called also. SBI also personal account. Cash withdrawn from bank. Here also cash account is there. Also cash account is there. Cash account and bank account. What are the two accounts? Cash account means a real account. You know very well. All assets are real accounts. Bank account means a person. That bank may be Andhra Bank or SBI or SBI. Sorry. SBI, or it may be bank account, personal account. So for the purpose of easily understanding debit and credit rules, I have taken these 4 transactions with every transaction is having cash account, that is a real account. Every transaction is having personal accounts. That's why. Now we apply debit and credit. Apply debit and cash received from Lakshmi. Already you identified cash account. Cash received from who received cash? Here you have to. We received cash from Lakshmi. What is the subject here? Who is subject? Subject is not seen. Who is it? Who is here? We received from Lakshman. We received cash from Lakshman. So cash means a real account. What is the real account rule? You have to understand. Debit coming in, credit going out. So cash coming in or going out? Coming in. When cash is coming in, the asset account, cash account is debited. Cash account is debited. What about Lakshmi, receiver or giver? We received cash from Lakshmi. Lakshmi is giver. In case of personal account, giver account is created. Giver account is created. Giver account is created. Lakshmi account is created. Lakshmi account is created. So once again, cash received from Lakshmi. First point you identified 2 accounts, cash account, Lakshmi account. Then you identified cash account is a real account, Lakshmi account is personal account. You know very well real account rule, debit what is coming in, credit what is going on. As cash is coming in, cash account is debited. Cash account debited means simply you have to write cash AC account DR, then 10,000, that is cash account is debited. Then Lakshmi account. Lakshmi is personal account, you know very well. So where the personal account means you have to see receiver or giver. So here Lakshmi, cash received. We received cash from Lakshmi means Lakshmi giver. Giver account is created. You see how created 2 Lakshmi. If you write 2 Lakshmi, AC means account. If you create amount 10,000, that is called Lakshmi account is created. Lakshmi account is created. Next, cash paid to Ravi. Cash paid to Ravi. Already you identified cash account, Ravi account. You know very well cash account is real account. Cash account is real account, and Ravi account is personal account. So Who paid cash to Ravi? We paid cash to Ravi. Every transaction is, the prefix is view, we. Subject is we. We paid to Ravi. We paid cash to Ravi. So cash is coming in or going out. We paid means obviously cash is going out. So cash is going out means cash account is created. Cash account is created. Cash account is created. Cash going out means cash account. So you see here, cash account is created. Cash account is created. What about Ravi, receiver or giver? We paid cash to Ravi. When we paying cash to Ravi, Ravi obviously receiver. Receiver account is debited. So Ravi account is debited. Ravi account debited means Ravi account ESC DR. To cash account created means to cash account. Like that, cash paid to Ravi. Next, cash deposited in SBI. Who deposited cash? We deposited cash in SBI. Every transaction subject is we. Prefix is we. Cannot be seen. We means cannot seen, but to understand, cash deposit in SBI means we deposited cash in SBI. So you know your cash is coming or going out. Obviously, cash is going out. Cash account is created. What about SBI? SBI is personal account. SBI is personal account. So SBI is receiving our cash or giving cash. Whenever we are giving cash to, we are depositing in SBI. SBI is a receiver. Receiver account is debited. That is SBI account is debited. SBI account is debited. And cash account is created. Cash account is created. Next, cash withdrawn from bank. Cash withdrawn from bank. Who withdrawn cash? You know very well. We withdrawn cash from bank. We withdrawn cash from bank. So cash coming in, going out. When we are withdrawing cash means cash is coming in. Cash coming in. Cash account is debited. Cash account is debited. Next, what about bank? Which account? Personal account. What is personal account rule? Receiver or giver? So we withdrawing means bank is giver. Giver account is created. Giver account is created. So this is dates. You have to first you have to give dates. First transaction, second dates, then debit amount and credit amount, debit amount and credit amount, debit amount and credit amount, debit amount and credit amount. And every transaction is supported by brief narration. So why you written being cash received from Lakshmi, being cash received from Lakshmi. So we received cash from Lakshmi means cash is coming in, cash debited. Lakshmi is giver. We received means Lakshmi is giver. Giver account is created. We are cash paid to Ravi. Why this transaction being cash paid to every transaction being cash paid to Ravi. When we pay cash, cash is going out and 90,000 is created. And who is receiving cash? Ravi. Ravi is debited. Ravi is debited. And here there is I will once again share the window. No problem. We discussed all these things last. So SBI account is cash deposit in SBI. So SBI is receiver. SBI account is debited, and cash is going out. Cash is created. Cash withdrawn from bank. Cash withdrawn from bank. So cash is coming in. Cash account is debited, and a bank is giver. Giver account is created. This is about journal entries. Before going to close, once again we have make a recapitulation. So we have two types of accounts, personal accounts, impersonal accounts, and impersonal accounts are further divided into real accounts and nominal accounts. So here in this slide, you have to remember that you have to remember that this slide is important because every transaction is having any two of these accounts. Already just now you know there may be personal account or real account. But in that four transactions given, I have taken all personal accounts, all real accounts, because of for the convenience of easiness, I have taken that all personal accounts I have taken or real accounts I have taken. Because why personal accounts taken? Simply you have to understand that debit the receiver and credit the giver. Why real account I have taken? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So when you are writing, you have to write this classification of accounts. You have to understand, you have to remember this, because if you want to write a transaction as journal entry, you have to identify the two accounts in the transaction. So that is important. Next slide, not only identifying the two accounts, what are the rules, golden rules of debit and credit, also very important. If you identify a personal account is there, whether he is the receiver or giver. For example, cash paid to Lakshmi. We paid cash to Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is, we are paying means Lakshmi is, we are paying cash. Lakshmi is a receiver. So Lakshmi account is debited. Cash account is credited. Like that, real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account, debit all the expenses and losses, credit all incomes and profits. So this is general format, the date, particulars, debit and credit. So what is the easy way, what is the, why I am saying, as a layman can easily write journal entries. If you follow my easy steps, the first step is every transaction is recorded in business point of view. Simply what I'm saying that V, what I'm saying that V, what I'm saying that, or V. V is very important. Every transaction prefixed with V. Cash received from Lakshmi. We received cash from Lakshmi. Cash paid to Ravi. We paid cash to Ravi. Cash deposit in SBI. We deposited cash in SBI. Cash withdrawn from bank. We withdrawn cash from bank. That means what you have to understand, every transaction is taken as business point of view. Business point of view means we have to think of, we are accountants and we are part in personal business. We are business. When you understand the importance of V, W-E-V, you understand life, you understand journal entries. What I'm saying, if you understand the importance of V, W-E-V, you understand life, you understand journal entries. That is very important. So first, every transaction is seen with business or ourselves point of view. Second, identify the two accounts. Third, application of debit and credit rules. So already you know very well this. In the next, I'm going to elaborate these 4 steps. This easy way of writing journal entries. So what is the learning outcome? Today you learned about types of accounts, golden rules of accounts, then journal format, then easy way of writing journal entries. This is the third video lesson of this series. I'm going to make video lessons for this entire coursework. Financial accounting is one of the very important course which is mandatory for all BCom students in India at undergraduate level. That's why I've taken Osmania University syllabus and I want to finish Osmania syllabus. So I want to finish from Osmania. This is first unit. I think first unit I will be completing in at least by 6 to 7. Already this is the third video lesson, and another 3 video lessons I'm going to prepare based on the first unit only, because first unit is very important. This is basic. Once you are very thorough in journal entries, no doubt next subsidiary books, BRS, final accounts or rectification, all are very easy once you are thorough. That's why I want to take another 3, that is 4, 5, 6 video lessons in journal entries only. So as a layman, everybody who is entering into BCom, some people also from science stream, also MP students, also intermediate MPC also sometimes may join in BCom computers, BCom computer applications, BCom income tax, like that. That's why even though you have zero knowledge in commerce or accountancy, by seeing these 1 to 6 video lessons, you will be very good at generalizing, no doubts. I'm giving you assurance. Thank you all.